Have you ever poured your heart into a relationship only to wonder if it was all in vain? How does a high-value man full of love and ambition find himself giving everything to someone who may not fully appreciate him? What happens when the effort he puts in goes unnoticed? Can love truly flourish when one side feels undervalued? As he dedicates his time and energy, does he start to question his own worth? How often do we take for granted those who show us unwavering support? As he shares his dreams and vulnerabilities, does she realize the rarity of his dedication? And what happens when the connection he nurtures begins to feel? When he expresses his feelings and desires, does she see the depth of his commitment? Or does she overlook it in the chaos of everyday life? How does it feel for him to invest so much, only to sense her growing detachment? As he wrestles with his emotions, he starts to wonder, am I enough for her? What can I do to make her see how much I care? Each question weighs heavily on his heart, each moment of doubt cutting deeper. And when it finally dawns on her that she may have let someone extraordinary slip away, what does that realization mean for both of them? Is it too late for them to appreciate the one-sided love? Join me as we unravel this emotional journey, the reaction when she realizes she has lost you. Stage 1, shock and denial. Initially, she's overwhelmed by disbelief. The reality of losing him hits her like a tidal wave, leaving her breathless. In her mind, she replays moments, searching for signs she missed. How could this be happening? She wonders, feeling like she's in a dream she can't wake up from. Denial shields her from the pain, convincing her that maybe it's just a temporary break, that he'll come back. This stage is marked by confusion and a refusal to accept the truth, as she clings to the hope that things might return to how they were. Stage 2, reflection. As denial fades, she begins to reflect deeply on their relationship. Memories flood her mind, every shared laugh, every intimate conversation, every moment of support he offered. She starts to see the little things he did, things she might have overlooked at the time. It dawns on her how much he truly invested in their relationship. This reflection brings clarity, but also the painful realization of her own shortcomings. She asks herself, did I truly appreciate him? Was I too focused on my own world to see his love? Stage 3, regret and longing. With reflection comes a profound sense of regret. She begins to understand the depth of what she has lost. The longing for his presence becomes almost unbearable. She misses his laughter, the comfort of his embrace, the way he made her feel understood. Regret consumes her as she replays their last interactions, wishing she could go back and change her actions. What if I had been more attentive? What if I had shown him how much he meant to me? These thoughts haunt her, amplifying the emptiness she feels. Stage 4, anger and blame. As her emotions intensify, anger begins to surface. This anger is multifaceted, directed at herself for not recognizing his worth, at him for leaving, and even at the circumstances that led to their separation. Why didn't I see his value when I had the chance? She thinks. She grapples with feelings of guilt and frustration, sometimes lashing out at those around her as she searches for someone to blame. This stage is tumultuous but necessary, as it helps her process the layers of her grief. Stage 4, anger and blame. As her emotions intensify, anger begins to surface. This anger is multifaceted, directed at herself for not recognizing his worth, at him for leaving, and even at the circumstances that led to their separation. Why didn't I see his value when I had the chance? She thinks. She grapples with feelings of guilt and frustration, sometimes lashing out at those around her as she searches for someone to blame. This stage is tumultuous but necessary, as it helps her process the layers of her grief. Stage 5, isolation. In the midst of these emotions, she might withdraw from her friends and loved ones, feeling that no one truly understands her pain. The world around her continues on, but she feels stuck, enveloped in a fog of sorrow. It's in this solitude that she confronts her emotions head-on. Yet, this isolation can also lead to feelings of loneliness and despair, as she longs for the connection and companionship she once had. This stage is about introspection, but it can also be a time of deep sadness. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to spread positive energy and like and share too. Keep the algorithm. Until next time, take care and keep shining.